Hey guys, it's a couple minutes before the market opens here, and I'm contemplating here a breakout trade at the open. And I think that CBLI looks the strongest of the stocks that are on my watch list for a trade like that. It's very likely that this thing could open and sell off, so it's a bit of a risky trade. So you really should go into every trade thinking that it's going to fail on you and get ready to get out really quick, because it's really all about protecting your capital, especially when you're trading with a small account like I am. I got about $300 or so in this account, and don't want to lose too much on a single trade. Right now it's about 45 seconds. So I'm going to try to catch, it looks like this is going to be tricky because it's breaking out before the market opens. So I'm going to have to try to catch a breakout of that candle. See what happens here. Got to get ready to get out quick. I don't think I'm gonna get filled because it went higher. Maybe actually let's see. Okay, I'm in. Whoop. Shoot. All right, that was really quick. Let's see. So you saw what happened there. I got in and got out really quick before this thing flushed down. I think that was a winning trade. Let's see. I was only able to buy like 2 shares because I'm just trading with $10 per share right now, or $10 per my trade. So let's see what happened in that trade. I used to do these with bracket orders, but they were way too slow in Webull. These are old trades from last week, I think, so I'm just going to try to... Okay. So let's see here. So I put in the order here, but it was a stop limit order, which is essentially a market, starts out as a market order and then turns into a limit order, if that makes sense. Or I guess... It really is a limit order, but anytime you use anything with a stop in it, Webull doesn't fill it until the market opens, and I knew that, and that's what I wanted because I didn't want to get in until the market opened. Yeah, and it looks like it was a winning trade for sure, because let's say I got filled at 447, and then I got out my first trade at 483, so 35-cent gain there on that one share. And then the second one, it was kind of coming back down to my break even and looked like it was going to flush me out. So I got out before it did that and got 12 cents on that one. So was that 35, 40, about 50-cent gainer there. So that's pretty good for one quick trade like that on the open, which again, you could see those are risky trades. Look at it now, it's well, so I got in at 447. And right now it's like well below where I got in. So the key is to get in and get out really quickly. And in order to do that, you have to have hotkeys set up. I was using hotkeys, so I was triggering the orders with my keyboard. And I have a video, other than, I mean, I put the initial order in here, right? And that was kind of set to go. And I knew it wasn't going to get triggered until the market opened. And the way I had it set up is that if the price went from below, if it went up to 449, the order would get triggered and it would fill me anywhere below this price. So if it went, let's say it went to 449 and then immediately jumped to 455, I wouldn't have gotten filled, which is fine because that's like, too volatile anyway. But if it stayed within or below 451, it has to fill me based on this order. And then I have to watch very closely, because if it drops too far below 449, I want to get out because I don't want to lose all my money. And luckily it did what I wanted it to, which is to jump up, to pop up at the open. And wow, if you look at it, so I said I got out, I think one of them was at 483, so 5 cents from the peak of this candle. One of my sell orders got out. And again, that was with hotkeys. So I triggered an order that says to sell half my shares. It's the same, my hotkeys are matched up to these buttons. So I didn't use this buy. I showed you that I used the buy order over here. But as soon as I was in there and I saw this thing start to pop, I hit sell half. And then luckily I got out at 485 or 483, I think it was, on that first sell half. And then I watched this thing chop around, and I held on because, you know, maybe this thing was going to go higher and higher, right? Maybe into a halt or something like that. But it didn't. It started to come back down, and then I think I mistakenly hit sell half again at one point, and you saw like a warning, you know, size must be greater than 0. And that's because I only had one share, so you can't sell half of one share. So then I immediately hit sell all, which is the same thing as hitting this button here. But it's just faster when you have your hotkeys set up. It's faster because you can keep your eyes on the chart. Even if I had to go over here, I have to take my eyes off the chart for a second or two. And if you're trading that first candle at the open, that first second or two could mean a lot. And real quick before I end the video, I just want to go over to AIHS and see what happens. So this was the other one I was debating, you know, getting in at the open, and I'm glad I didn't. I didn't feel like it was quite as strong because it was doing this. It was actually like selling off over here, doing this thing when I was deciding which one I was going to trade at the open. And it looks like that was I might have, yeah, I don't think I would have done well on this one at all, for sure, because I would have tried to get the break. I probably wouldn't have got filled, which is ideal when they fail anyway, because I would have tried to catch the breakout of this high. So I would have had an order in at 199, so I wouldn't have got filled over here. So I picked the right one to trade the opening candle with. But again, you know, trading super small share size, still kind of just experimenting, seeing what works. And anyway, that's just a quick video on how to trade the first 1 minute candle with Webull, which is tricky. Just really quickly before I end the video, before I used to trade the 1 minute candle like this with same order entry like the stop limit, but with a stop loss and a take profit in place. That way, if the thing flushed out, I got stopped out before it went too far against me. The problem with that is it wasn't that the executions were slow, maybe definitely a little slower than the hotkeys, but it seemed like the order would go in, but then, you know, you saw, if you watched the video earlier, how it puts a little bubble that says buy or it says limit for sell, and those little bubbles wouldn't pop up for, say, like 10, 15, maybe 20 seconds after the order was actually executed. So I'd have to sit there and watch this thing chop around, and I can't get out. I can't sell partial shares. You don't have time to do anything with this when it's moving that fast. And then it would eventually flush down and hit my stop, and I would get stopped out. And that happens like 9 out of 10 trades when you use this with the bracket orders to trade that first 1 minute candle. So you cannot trade like that. It's just too slow. So you got to use the hotkeys. So check out my video on the hotkeys and Webull. I have a couple actually videos on using hotkeys and Webull. So check those out. And then if you get trading with hotkeys down, you too can trade the 1 minute candle at the open, which does have a lot of opportunity, even though it is high risk. If you get the hotkeys down, generally I think you can get out in the green or with a very small loss. You just have to be willing to get out very quickly if it goes against you, because otherwise you're going to be taking a big loss, and that's not good. Anyway, good luck out there. Always use your trading armor.